here for late afternoon in Hawaii. I don't know how we drew the late slot, but that's okay, we'll work with it. I'm Mark Matthews. I'm Vice President of the PIJ Business Inkjet Initiative at Epson. It's my pleasure to be here. I want to thank you for allowing us to sponsor and come and tell our story. A little bit of a challenge for me today, because as I went through the presentation, it's an interesting group here. I got sort of a barbell effect going on. 24, 25 dealers here. 8 of you have already signed and are already in the process of launching with us in various states. We probably got another 2 to 4 of you that we're talking with seriously. So I got half the group basically that knows about us, has heard the story, and the half that's not. So the part that's heard the story before, I apologize. You're going to hear the story again, but it's good to ingrain it and get it into your culture. I'm going to have a 30-minute presentation, but before I go into the agenda, I'm going to tell you a little story about myself because it is relevant to this presentation. I've been in this industry for 20-something years, over 25 years. And most of you, I know some of you from my days at Toshiba. I spent over 20 years at Toshiba, actually started as a product manager, ended up as president for about 6.5 years, ran North and South America operations. Long time, hardcore laser guy. Over 20 years selling laser products. After I left Toshiba, I was off doing some other things. I went to work for a 3D printing company, trying to raise private equity. That didn't go so well, spent a couple years there. Was also out doing some consulting, and I ran across a colleague of mine that I'd worked with well before I got in the copier industry, Keith Kratzberg, who's the CEO of Epson right now. And he and I were chatting. It's interesting, he had a career, we were both product managers. He became the president of Epson. I became the president of Toshiba. We were always swapping Japanese OEM stories, had a long-term relationship. And he said, hey Mark, why don't you come in and consult with us for a while? We're gonna get into the office printing space. And I'm thinking, these guys are crazy. But if they want me to come in and consult with them, I will talk to them. And in my mind, I'm thinking, how am I going to tell these guys this is a really, really bad decision? You're going into a very, very mature industry, very established technology. You got major, hardcore, competitive, cutthroat competitors, Canon, Ricoh, Konica, you name it. And you're going to come in, green grass with nothing, and attack the office printing market. Went in there, and in the course of 6 months, my mind was blown away. And what started as a consulting gig actually turned back into full-time employment for me, which I hadn't planned on doing, but I enjoy Epson so much, my wife thought it was good for me to go back to work full-time, and it all worked out good. So what you're going to hear from me today is just not a pitch. I actually believe this. I think it's quite interesting. And so I'm going to walk through this for you, and one way or the other at the end, we're going to sort of discuss possible next steps. But this is the story about Inkjet and Epson. So the agenda is very simple. I'm going to go through Epson's strategic vision. That will explain to you why we're going after this industry, why Inkjet, why Epson, and then we'll go through quickly through our Inkjet portfolio, and I'll get you out of here in less than 30 minutes. Fair enough? All right. So our strategic vision. So we have an Epson 25 vision statement. Probably a lot of your OEM partners have those vision statements. This is ours, and the words are important. Creating a new connected age of people, things, and information with efficient, compact, and precise technology. So the first part of this is not too controversial, right? Connecting an age of people, things, and information. Internet of Things is a buzzword. Everybody's talking about it. We're on the bandwagon like everybody else. But efficient, compact, and precise technologies is not something you usually see in a vision statement. From the CEO of the company, the board, out to every shareholder, our customers, compact, efficient, and precise technologies. Why would we do that? The roots of our company are as a watch company. That's where we started, that's where we got into industry. We were a watch company. Watch has certain characteristics that are unchangeable. They have to be efficient. They have a limited amount of energy or electricity in the watch to operate. Very conservative. Compact. Things got to fit on your wrist. It's got to be small and precise. And then lastly, precise. Your watch has to tell time accurately or it's not a product. So all of our core technologies come with an efficient, compact, and precise technology. For the printing industry, ours is actually precision core. And I'll talk about that a little bit later, but it is a micro piezo. It is actually a computer chip. It is not a thermal head, which I'll describe the differences later. But it's a modern, heat-free printing technology, simple, clean, and smart alternative to existing technologies. And let's be blunt, existing laser technologies. Our target is squarely on the laser manufacturers. We're not apologizing, we're going head-to-head with all the laser OEMs.